Test, test, test. This is showing you how to create a Gmail account. If you don't know how to do this, this will show you how to do it. It's very simple. If you do know how to do it, don't waste your time watching this because you just don't need to. But if you don't know how to do it, click on, or first go to Google, which is google.com, and when you get there, click on where it says Gmail, and it will go to the Gmail page. And at the top right it says create an account, so you click on there, and so you just fill in this information here, and let's say our name is Henry Dawson, and for a username, notice right here it says you can use letters, numbers, and periods. And so you want the customer to make it easy for them to remember what they have. But you also have to understand Gmail is used by so many people that what they want to use may already be taken. For instance, if their name was Tom Smith, tom@gmail.com is going to be taken. Or Tom Smith probably is too. But you can try different combinations like Henry Dawson at Gmail, or H Dawson, or Henry D, or Henry Dawson. I don't know, just different combinations to see what works. So let's try Henry Dawson at Gmail. Okay, so someone already has that username, so we can't do that. So let's say Henry lives at a 440 South 1st Street. So let's do this. Henry Dawson 440. That'll be his address, the numerical address. Okay, so that one's not taken. So that's a good way to help them remember what their emails are. Also, if they have a Yahoo email or a Hotmail, you can try the same username. For instance, Henry might have Henry Dawson 440 at hotmail.com. Well, that may be available over here at Gmail. So have them try that, because you want to stay consistent if you can. If not, give them something they'll darn sure remember and make it easy to remember. So let's create a password. Notice over here it says use at least 8 characters. So I'm just going to make something up. 987654ZZZ. Now over here it says strong. That's a good password. And they want you to confirm it. They want the same one because they're trying to make sure that you put down the password that you wanted and that is correct. So 987654ZZZ. And the birthday, your customer may not want to tell you the birthday. That's fine. If they don't, just make one up. Kind of guess their age. If they're, say, 50 years old, you can put in 1962. And you can say they're male or female. You do not have to put in the mobile phone number. You do not have to put this here, but this would probably be good, because if they forget their email address, when they try to go to Google on their email, if they can't remember what it was, Google will send to their other email what their information is to get into their Gmail. So that's a good thing to do, is to put their email here. Now here's the part that is tricky, and it just drives me nuts. Google wants you to take these things here and type it into here, because it wants to know that you're a human being instead of something doing this automatically. And these are very hard to get right sometimes because they're just hard to see. Like this looks like SISORWTHAT. But this little thing up here, I don't know if that's an apostrophe or not, and that could be a comma they want us to use. I don't know that either. So I'm going to type it in and see what happens. SISORW space THAT. Now you want to click on the I agree with the policy, or Google's terms of service and policy. Google may use my account to personalize Google Plus. Everything's filled out. Let's click next step and see if it took it. It's thinking. Okay, it says create profile, so it did. But I want to show you something. Well, let's go ahead and finish this, and I'll go back and show you one other thing. We don't have to add a profile photo. Don't even have to do that. It says continue to Gmail. So now Henry Dawson 440 has a Gmail. And that's pretty cool. Now they can go into Yelp and Foursquare and they can take advantage of specials and such. See, it's that easy. But let me show you something real quick. Let's go back to Google. Back to the Gmail. Create an account. Now let's say you filled all this in and you come down here and these weren't, I mean, you just really didn't know what it was or what it said. If you click on this little circular arrow thing here, it will create new ones. And just keep clicking on it till you find one that you can read and type in there, because sometimes some of them just do not make sense. And after that you should be good to go. And just remind the customer to write down their password and their username. It would probably help them if they used a password that they use on their other email accounts, just so they can keep it straight. And that ought to help you help them, in case you don't know how to do it, but now you do.